European leaders are responding to growing geopolitical tensions following the US-Israeli military operation against Iran, as diplomatic disputes, security concerns, and military deployments ripple across the region. Germany has expressed solidarity with Spain after a public dispute between Madrid and US President Donald Trump. The conflict emerged after Spain refused to back the US-Israeli military operation against Iran and declined to allow bases on its territory to be used in the attacks. In response, Trump threatened to stop all trade with Spain. German Foreign Minister Johann Wadephul said Spain could rely on support from both Germany and the European Union in the face of possible US trade barriers. Speaking at a press conference with Moldovan Foreign Minister Mihai Popsoy, Wadephul said the EU would remain united, stating that the bloc would not allow itself to be divided.
Ich habe gestern schon in Warschau klar gesagt, dass Spanien sich jederzeit auf die europäische Solidarität und damit auch auf die deutsche Solidarität verlassen kann, wenn es darum geht, dass hier mit neuen Handelshemmnissen gedroht wird. Wir lassen uns dort nicht spalten, wir stehen auf das engste miteinander zusammen. Die Europäische Union hat einen gemeinsamen Binnenmarkt und den werden wir auch jederzeit gemeinsam verteidigen.
NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte also commented on the dispute, praising Spain's contributions across NATO territory. He highlighted Spain's deployments throughout the alliance, including missions defending key American interests in Turkey. Rutte avoided siding with either Washington or Madrid, saying that when disagreements occur between allies, he prefers to remain neutral in order to help resolve them if necessary.
Let me first of all say that Spain also signed the summit declaration. I think that the discussion with Spain is that they are saying we accept the capability targets, but we believe we can do it at a lower amount of spending. And I told them you can't, and practice will show. But you committing to the capability targets in the end, I'm sure they will see that they need to spend what is necessary. Let me also praise Spain, because Spain is deployed all over NATO territory. They have their troops are part of many forward land forces, many initiatives, many NATO missions. I really want to commend them for that. There is as we speak, a Patriot system in Turkey, defending key American interests in Turkey. And is there already for 10 years, protecting this key US interest. And yes, there are also discussions on this, but this is an alliance of democracies. What I'm seeing in Europe is widespread support for what the American president is doing. Also enabling what he is doing, not becoming party to it, but enabling what the US is doing. And you will always have differences. Then, of course, to your question itself, as you know, when there are debates between allies, I always try to stay a bit muted. And therefore being able, if necessary, to help a bit.
Rutte also addressed security developments linked to the Middle East conflict. He confirmed that NATO defenses intercepted a ballistic missile launched from Iran before it entered Turkish airspace, describing the incident as serious and condemnable. However, he said the event did not immediately trigger NATO's Collective Defense Clause, Article 5.
Well, Article 5, I think, is not in order here. Nobody's talking about Article 5. And the most important thing is that our adversaries have seen yesterday that NATO is so strong and so vigilant, and even more vigilant, if possible, since Saturday, because of the situation, of course, in the Middle East. So they see and know and sense that our military are on this.
At the same time, Rutte welcomed French President Emmanuel Macron's remarks on nuclear deterrence, saying the discussion adds complexity for potential adversaries. Nevertheless, he stressed that the United States nuclear umbrella remains the ultimate guarantor of Europe's security.
No, I'm absolutely not afraid of that, because we know France already has a nuclear capability, the Brits have a nuclear capability, we have the United States as an ultimate guarantor. It's massive nuclear capability, and of course in NATO what we are good at is command and control, making sure that whenever somebody would be so crazy to attack us, as long as possible, of course, keep it conventional, but if necessary also to make use of our nuclear capability.
Meanwhile, European governments are increasing military support in the Mediterranean following a drone attack on the British RAF Akrotiri base in Cyprus. The United Kingdom's Defence Secretary John Healey visited the island for talks with Cypriot officials about strengthening air defences and improving security cooperation. Several European countries are preparing to deploy naval naval forces to protect Cyprus. Italy's defense minister Guido Crosetto said Italy will send naval assets and air defense systems, while Spain confirmed it is dispatching the advanced frigate Cristobal Colon to provide air defense and protection. France and the Netherlands are also expected to contribute naval assets. France has additionally authorized U.S. aircraft to temporarily use some of its bases in the Middle East as part of cooperation with Washington during the conflict. In Germany, authorities are monitoring a sharp rise in fuel prices following the start of the U.S.-Israeli operation against Iran. Petrol and diesel prices surged by around 20%, with diesel surpassing €2 per litre. Economy Minister Katrina Reich said cartel authorities would investigate potential price gouging, while Finance Minister Lars Klingbeil warned oil companies against exploiting the crisis. Germany has also begun evacuating its citizens from the region. The first government-organized repatriation flight carrying more than 250 passengers from Oman landed in Frankfurt. Priority was given to vulnerable groups, including pregnant travelers, the ill, and children. Across Europe, governments are now balancing diplomatic tensions, security concerns, and the safety of their citizens as the Middle East conflict continues to unfold.